try out TypeScript directly in your browser without installing anything on your computer. We'll also take a quick look at something called tsconfig, which tells TypeScript how to behave in your project. Let's start with running TypeScript in the browser. There are two really easy websites where you can write and test TypeScript code instantly. The first one is the TypeScript Playground. Just open your browser and go to www.typescriptlang.org/play. When the page loads, you'll see two panels. On the left, you write TypeScript code. On the right, it shows you the JavaScript version that TypeScript creates for you. This is a great way to practice and see how TypeScript works behind the scenes. You don't need to install anything or even make an account. Now, the second tool is StackBlitz. Go to stackblitz.com, click on Create Project, and choose the TypeScript template. StackBlitz gives you a real coding environment in the browser with multiple files just like you'd have on your computer. This is useful when you want to build small projects or test code that uses more than one file. Both of these tools are free and fast. So if you're just starting out, I recommend using the TypeScript Playground for simple practice and StackBlitz if you want to try building something more real. Now let's talk about something called tsconfig. When you start working on a bigger TypeScript project, you'll often see a file named tsconfig.json. This file is super important. It tells TypeScript how to work in your project. Think of it like a settings file or instructions list. For example, it tells TypeScript what version of JavaScript to convert your code into, which files or folders to include or ignore, whether to allow some loose or strict rules in your code. Here's a super simple example of a tsconfig file. Compiler options, target ES6 strict true. In this file, we're telling TypeScript two things. First, target ES6 means we want the output JavaScript to use modern features from ES6. Second, strict true means we want TypeScript to be very careful and catch as many errors as possible. You don't need to memorize this right now. Just know that tsconfig is how we control the way TypeScript works in a project. It helps us set the rules and make sure the code is clean.